The battle of the defaults. Doing a search on startpage.com, like a lot of them, if you look it up and say, I'd like you to, safe search or not, I want you to give me the last 24 hours so that I can effectively say, give me the news without it being required that it go through news sources. And I typed in KERCH BRIDGE. And in the last 24 hours, we have something showing up. Okay. Now we're going to go to Yahoo, which they stuck AI all over the place, so I had to kill that off. Spent 10 minutes blocking AI showing up. Again, past day or last 24 hours, we can look up stuff, and we get answers. Now on Google, if you go to news, by definition, it should show you the latest updates. And yes, I picked last 24 hours to keep it consistent, and yes, we get results. If I do it looking up images, past 24 hours, as is indicated strongly here, we get exactly the same thing here, as it should be. And then we go here when we look in videos, again, past 24 hours, and we get a bunch of videos, almost all of it being YouTube, because Google is a monopoly and YouTube is their video end of their universe. And let's see, in the news area, do they own anything yet? I'm sure as soon as Google creates a separate service that's all news, the only news you're going to get is Google News. But let's look what happens if you just look it up as a web search. Now, right now it says anytime. Now, I'm going to pick the widest net to cast, the past year. Will the KERCH Bridge, which is one of the many names that the Crimea Bridge or Crimean Bridge is known under, will it blank? Google, if you do a web-only search, I'm not bringing up AI, that's not going to happen, will censor every single bit of it. We go here and go from past year to the past 24 hours like I've done for every other one. Again, it says nothing. It asks me if I want to look up air fryers. This is not a defect. This is not an error. If you try to search by getting the latest information, here's something from 2025, here's something from 3 hours ago, you're not allowed to manually look up the latest news stories. I want to point out that Google, through YouTube, because they're all run under Alphabet, their company name, a while ago disabled sort by upload date on videos to prevent you from looking up the news through YouTube. And again, when we go back here through video search, even though it's not going to sort by time and date stamp, it totally sorts by almost the same way. In fact, Google will let you sort it. You just have to know exactly how to do it. You can see other videos on how to do this, but it also does the very Google thing lately of repeating the result 3 hours ago right here, and there it is again, trying to pad the results with whatever it is they want you to click on, rather than being able to see things, sort by upload time, so we can see the latest news. This interfering with us looking up information is the polar opposite of what a search engine is supposed to do, and Google knows that. And again, I can sort videos and search videos by the last 24 hours. I can search and sort images by the last 24 hours. I can do this on news, because that would be totally bizarre if I couldn't say just the last 24. But when you search the web, which is the only thing Google was originally supposed to be good at, it will present information that's old, therefore not on topic, if you're trying to look it up without it being filtered through as either a video, which means it's just YouTube, which they have power over, images, which, because it's Google image storage, they have power over, and the news, which not only they have power over, but so does every country that has a non-free press, which now includes the United States of America. And again, Yahoo, all I had to do is say, give me just the last day of stuff, and it'll bring up trending searches, because that matches with asking the latest stuff. And here we are with this. And it gives us images, videos, and news stories all packed together. We can select images and news and videos separately, but if you say all, it literally does what it says on the tin. And yeah, it is censoring less, even though it's based on it. And yeah, Yahoo now has Yahoo Scout. I never use yahoo.com for looking up anything for search because I know better. And now I have to go through, and you all know it, I'm going to use uBlock Origin and block all of this AI Scout shit because it's useless. And again, the trending searches are done through Scout. So now I have to block all of this? Thanks, Yahoo. And again, on Google, if you want to get the news, you have to click the news, and at least you'll get more than one source for news. If you want to look at images, it's just going to be Google filtering it. If you want videos, it's just going to be Google filtering it to YouTube. And if you want to look it up just on the web itself without any bias, you're not allowed to sort by time and date stamp or anything like that at all, including saying, hey, anything for the last year. Because Google is tacitly censoring results to make it as difficult as possible to find information without them curating it. And I'm sure they're going to say it's to protect people, it's for the children, some tired-ass excuse that we all know is bullshit. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. That's what I wanted to look up. And yeah, I tried to use Google to look up a recent breaking news event, and it was like looking up a hog's butt for a ham sandwich. It didn't work very well. But hey, at least most of these works. Oh, and by the way, even though Yandex kicked up a little bit of a fuss, it gave me the information too. Even Yandex, basically the mouthpiece for Russia, let me look shit up. Yeah. So Google seems to be censoring information on a breaking story, and it's doing it in the least subtle way possible, all the way back for 12 months. And no, it's not just because I called the bridge the KERCH Bridge. That's one of two main names it has. It's because Google is censoring shit. And depending on where you are, it'll censor Donald Trump doing something stupid. Look up Pond Scum, and they censor that. I'm not joking. Just saying, Google, don't be evil, is totally evil. And again, Google is censoring the news unless you specifically pick the news. And apparently the news tab is the only thing that's going to work. Or just use literally every other search engine. Bye.